And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Giangelo's for the South Range Raiders Show. Week 9 is upon us. Hard to believe, man. We started, it feels like last week, Dave Rock, obviously. And, you know, the fastest 10 weeks of the season, we sit here in week 9. The chill has set in.
Yeah.
Feels like football weather for, I believe, the first time, maybe the second time all season. You guys with a big win over Niles last week in Bo Ryan Stadium. Not an easy place to play. Walk me through kind of, you know, the situation at hand. Obviously knowing that you guys are undefeated, Niles having a tough season. How do you keep your guys focused going into a very tough environment?
I think we just talked at length about an opportunity to get better every day, you know, and I think going in Friday, I think some of the young kids thought that they might have an opportunity to play, and our old guys, I think, felt some pressure in terms of just going out and executing and try to get one day better. And, you know, we also talked to the guys, and they understand that you only have so many guaranteed games, you know, and special Friday nights are special, and our guys know that. And we want to get our money's worth every time we lace them up, you know, no matter where we're at or who we're playing or any of that stuff.
It's one of those situations we talked last week about getting some of these guys some experience, because experience is the only way to get experience. How did you feel your team spread the wealth around when it came to playing time and what they finally got on the field, what they had to show?
Yeah, I thought they did a good job. I thought, you know, it was encouraging to see, you know, a lot of the roster was in the game, and we were able to see them against varsity guys and kind of continuing to try to develop depth and to expand in terms of what we can do and who we are offensively and defensively. And any chance you get, you know, to go against, you know, live action on a Friday night against varsity football players is really good for the young guys. And, you know, again, I thought our old guys worked on some of the stuff that's been struggling, or that we've been struggling with, and they did a good job, I think, of trying to get better last week.
Chapter 3 of the Road Warriors comes up this Friday night. You head to Louisville. Some questions I have about Louisville. Obviously, we want to talk about them, but for you to go from conference to non-conference, and in some people's mind it might be a downshift in mindset. For you, what does it look like? How do you prepare your guys to say, okay, take a breath here, but also we still want the win because the playoffs are right around the corner?
Yeah, I think we're at the point now where you feel like every game you're playing is a playoff game. You know, you mentioned it's already week 9, which is crazy, but, you know, the playoffs are right around the corner. So we're kind of trying to treat this as a playoff game. Obviously in the playoffs, you know, our region's a little bit unique, but most of the time you're going to be playing teams from different conferences that you're not familiar with, and you're trying to find, you know, as much tape on them as you can and try to find tendencies. So, you know, our guys know what a great challenge is going to be this week, and I think, you know, they're taking it really seriously.
Louisville, a very challenging team. You look at their schedule and you see who they played, and you understand very quickly they are not to be reckoned with. They've got size, they've got speed, athleticism. What do you see when you look at Louisville's identity?
Yeah, I think if you start out, you know, it's a 3-5 football team that 4 of their 5 losses have been one-score games. So, you know, if they were coming in, if 3 or 4 of those games go the other way, I think everyone's taking notice. But you said it. I mean, the schedule's brutal, and they're a really talented group. They're really well coached. I think when you look at their entire body of work, offensively, defensively, on special teams, I think they're about as clean a group as you see. Defensively, obviously, they're really good. I think they do a really good job of getting their eyes in the right spot, leveraging the ball appropriately, and they're physical. Obviously, you said they're big and talented. And I think offensively, you know, they're a little bit more traditional, but I think that kind of plays into their hands as far as the style of football they want to play. You know, I think they want to line up, they want to run at you and control the tempo of the game. They want to play great special teams and great defense, and they've been doing all 3 of those things. So, and you know, you look at the only game that's gotten away from them was last week with Green, and that's still a 14-point game, you know, late in the third quarter, and we know from last year playing Green how easy it is to let that one get out of hand. So definitely a great challenge for us, and one that I think our guys are really serious about and looking forward to.
I mean, it's hard not to look at Joe Idle or, you know, some of the power rankings and some of the conversation on message boards that South Range is starting to garner. How do you keep the guys – I feel like I ask this question every week. How do you keep them focused? Because I feel like the closer you get to the playoffs, the harder it is to stay focused on the task at hand.
I mean, our kids love to compete. I think that's the big thing. You know, Friday night we're showing up for a football game, and they're keeping score, and our guys want to go compete and put our best foot forward. I think that's a big part of it. I think our guys also understand the importance of live reps, you know, on Friday night. Just you're trying to stay healthy this time of year. And, you know, I think sometimes you don't have the opportunity Monday through Thursday to go bang, with one another and really crank it up as far as practice goes, where every Friday night's an opportunity and a chance to go do that and try to see where you're at and what kind of growth you've had during the course of the week.
2 seniors tonight we're going to talk to. What do they mean to this football team?
We got Sean Updegraff and Hunter Cooper. Two guys that are program guys. I can remember, Sean as a freshman, Coach Yeagley used to go crazy. We'd hear a bunch of yelling during 2 days. We'd walk in there and Sean would be dancing or whatever else. But both of them have turned into really good players. Sean's given us a ton of reps right now. On the D-line, he's also added some depth on the O-line. He's long snap for us. He's covering kicks. He's doing all kinds of things, and really is valuable for us because of that. He's kind of been our Swiss Army knife. And then Hunter, unfortunately, is dealing with an injury right now. But, again, he's another guy who's out there at practice right now. Starting to get, I think, we're on the tail end of that where he's getting healthy. But he's out there at practice. He's trying to snap. He's trying to – he's done a ton for us as coaches just while he's been dealing with the injury, and that's been a huge help. As much as we probably don't tell him enough, it's been a huge help having him around and just playing whatever role he can to make us a better football team.
All right, we got to take it off script, and we got to go because we're getting a little bit closer to that Halloween time. We talked about your candies, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
This week we're going to say, what are your top 3 favorite Halloween movies? They can be scary, they can be funny, whatever you think your top 3 are.
Well, you might need a different question. I don't think I know. Hocus Pocus.
Okay, is that 3 or 1?
I didn't know there was 3 of them, so I guess it's 3.
No.
I cannot name another Halloween movie. I don't know any of them.
Ghostbusters? You Ghostbusters guy?
No, I've never seen it, but that could be 2.
No.
I don't watch movies.
You don't watch movies?
No. I don't have the attention span, I don't think, to watch movies.
What is the biggest – okay, let's change the question.
Okay.
Biggest fear at Halloween time? Clowns, snakes, goblins, ghosts?
No, I'm afraid. I'm really afraid.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Boy, that's a good question.
We're getting philosophical tonight, folks.
No, I don't think I believe in
He
ghosts.
ain't afraid of no ghost.
I definitely believe in, where you can feel, different things, but I don't think that's a ghost. But I'm afraid of snakes.
You're afraid of snakes?
Yeah. I'm really afraid of snakes.
What if you had a ghost of a snake? Would you be afraid of it then?
Probably. Again, I don't even like watching snakes, on
you don't even care about the
documentaries
bite.
and stuff.
You just don't like them
No,
at all.
I just don't even like looking at them. I don't trust them. No.
Do you have fear of heights or anything?
Yeah, I'm not in love with heights, but it doesn't really bother me.
What
I'll
about
go.
clowns?
I've done roofs
How do you
before.
feel about clowns?
Clowns? I think they're weird, but I don't get afraid of seeing a clown necessarily.
Does David like clowns?
You like clowns, Dave?
No.
No, he doesn't like them
Neither do
either.
I, man.
I
Unless
just
they're
think it's
making balloon animals, then it's even a little bit more creepy. But
yeah, I don't. It's just a different deal, I guess.
let's hope there's no clowning around this Friday when the South Range Raiders take on the Louisville Leopards. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for David Ross.
Thanks. Go Raiders.